Welcome to my daily coding tutor YouTube channel. In today's topic, we are discussing on the static method and variables in Java and its uses. In Java, the static keyword is used to define class level variable and methods. These belong to the class itself rather than instance objects of the class. Static method and static variable belongs to the class rather than to any specific instance object of the class. This means they shared among all instances of the class and can be accessed without creating an object. Now let's look into the static variable, also known as class variable. It belongs to a class. A static variable is shared across all instances of a class. It is stored in the method area, also known as class area of the memory. Static variable, they are declared with the static keyword. It is stored in the memory only once and can be shared by all objects of the class. Now let's look into the characteristics of the static variable. The first one here, that it belongs to the class, not to instances objects. It belongs to a class, not for individual objects or not for instance members. It is shared among all instances of the class, initialized only once at the time of the class loading, can be accessed directly using class name without creating an object. Now let's look into the example. We have Java class counter, open braces, static int count equals to 0 semicolon, comment static variable. We have the counter, open bracket, close bracket, open braces, count plus plus semicolon, comment increment static variable, system.out.println, open bracket, count plus count, close bracket, semicolon, close braces, close braces. We have the public class main, open braces, public static void main, open bracket, string, open bracket, close bracket, args, close bracket, open braces, new counter, open bracket, close bracket, semicolon, new counter, open bracket, close bracket, semicolon, new counter, open bracket, close bracket, semicolon, close braces, close braces. Now let's look into the output. In the output, we have the makefile count 1, count 2, count 3. Since count is static, it is shared among all objects, so the value keep increasing. We are going to look at the second one, which is the static method. A static method belongs to the class, not to instances. It can be called using the class name. Static method is the method declared with the static keyword. It can be called without creating an object of the class. Now let's look into the characteristics of the static method. It can be called without creating an object, like I said before, can only access static variable and static method directly, cannot use this or super because there is no instance associated. Now let's look at the example. We have Java class mathUtil, open braces, static int square, open bracket, int s, close bracket, open braces, return s asterisk x semicolon, close braces, close braces. We have the public class main, open braces, public static void main, open bracket, string, open bracket, close bracket, args or args, close bracket, open braces, int result is equals to mathUtil dot square, open bracket, 5 close bracket, semicolon, comment calling static method, system.out.println, open bracket, square of 5 is 2 plus result, close bracket, semicolon, close braces, close braces. Now we are going to look into the output. We have the mathematical square of 5 is to 25. The next thing we are going to look into is the uses of static method and variable. Uses of static method and variable. The first one here is the memory optimization, also known as memory efficiency. Since static variable are shared, they reduce memory usage, especially when many objects are created. Static variable are shared across all objects, reducing memory usage. They do not require an object, reducing overhead. The second one we are going to look into is the utility method, also known as helper method. Since static methods are often used in utility or helper classes like math, collection, and arrays. Example is the math.sqrt open bracket close bracket. You have the collection.sort open bracket close bracket full stop. Static methods are commonly used for utility functions that do not depend on instance variables. The third one we are going to look into is the constant. Static variables are useful for defining constants. We have the Java class configuration or config open braces static final double p1 equals to 3.14159 close semicolon comment constant. You have the singleton pattern. The fourth one is the singleton pattern. Static variable help maintain a single instance of a class. The singleton pattern is used to create a single instance of the class. We have the Java class singleton open braces. We have the private static singleton instance semicolon. We have the private singleton open bracket close bracket open bracket close bracket comment. We have the private constructor. The next one is the public static singleton get instance open bracket close bracket open braces. If open bracket instance is equals to none close bracket open braces instance equals to new singleton open bracket close bracket semicolon close braces return instance semicolon close braces close braces. The next one we are going to look into is the static block. The static block, also known as for initialization. Static block can initialize static variable when the class is loaded. Static blocks are executed before the main method and are used to initialize static variable. They are being executed before the main method and are used to initialize a static variable. Now we have the Java class example open braces static int number semicolon static open brackets open braces comment static block number equals to 100 semicolon system.out.println open bracket static block executed close bracket semicolon close braces close braces. We have the public class main open braces public static void void main open bracket string open bracket close bracket arg or args close bracket open braces system.out.println open bracket value of number plus example.number close bracket semicolon close braces close braces. Let's look at the output. You have the static block executed value of number is 200. Now let's look into the conclusion. Static variables store class level data and save memory. They store the class level data and save memory. The static method provide reusable logic without object creation. Common utility classes, for example, you have the mass and the collections. It is used to design pattern like singleton. So this is where we are going to stop for today. Thanks for watching our video. Like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.